So welcome back to our Excel tutorial series. In this lesson, we are going to delve into another very powerful tool, what if analysis. Scenario Manager in Excel. Are you ready? Well, let's get started. So let us set up a real world example to understand how Scenario Manager works. So let us imagine you are planning a trip to Europe and you are trying to estimate the total cost based upon different scenarios. You have three potential scenarios to consider. First scenario, budget travel. For this scenario, you will be opting for economy class flights, staying in budget hotels, enjoying mostly street food for meals, and visiting free attractions for sightseeing. The objective here is to keep the expenses to a minimum while still having a memorable travel experience. By carefully managing your budget, you can explore various destinations and make the most of your limited funds. Now let us talk about the second scenario, moderate travel. In this scenario, you will choose premium economy class flights, mid-range hotels for accommodation, casual dining for meals, and a mix of paid as well as free attractions for sightseeing. This represents a more comfortable travel experience without breaking the bank. You will have a bit more flexibility in terms of accommodation and dining options, as well as allowing you to strike a balance between cost and comfort. Now, let us talk about the third scenario, that is luxury travel. For the luxury scenario, you will indulge in business class flights, luxury hotels, fine dining experiences, and yes, access to all inclusive passes for sightseeing. This scenario represents a lavish and indulgent travel experience with no compromises on luxury. It is an opportunity to pamper yourself and experience the best that your destination has to offer. Now that we have our scenarios defined, let us import our data set into Excel to analyze them. We will create a table representing the potential costs for each scenario. To access Scenario Manager in Excel, go to the Data tab and click on What If Analysis. From the drop-down menu, select Scenario Manager. A dialog box will appear, allowing us to add scenarios. Let us start by adding the first scenario, which is budget travel. In the dialog box, click on Add and provide a name for the scenario. Select the changing cells for the scenario, which are the cells representing the costs. Once selected, click OK. Now another dialog box appears where we can specify the values for the changing cells. For budget travel, enter the costs mentioned in the table. Leave the other expenses unchanged and click OK. Great, so we have added our first scenario. Now let us add the second one, which is moderate travel. Follow the same steps. Click on Add, provide a name, select the changing cells, click OK. In the new dialog box, enter the cost specific to moderate travel. Again, leave the other expenses unchanged, click OK. Awesome, so we now have two scenarios, budget and moderate travel. Let's add the third one, which is luxury travel. Repeat the steps. Click on Add, provide a name, select the changing cells, click OK. In the new dialog box, enter the costs specific to luxury travel. Leave other expenses unchanged and click on OK. Now it's time to create a summary of our scenarios. So go back to the Scenario Manager dialog box and click on Summary. Excel will generate a summary table that displays the scenarios we created along with their associated costs. The summary table makes it easy to compare the expenses across different travel scenarios. And yes, there you have it. We have successfully used Scenario Manager to compare the costs of different travel scenarios. This tool allows us to analyze various possibilities and make informed decisions based on the data. Using the scenario summary, you can easily see how each scenario compares in terms of the total cost. This information can help you make a more informed decision about which travel scenario aligns best with your budget and preferences. It allows you to weigh the trade-offs and prioritize your expenses accordingly. Scenario Manager is not only useful for travel planning, but can be applied to various other real-world situations like we just discussed. You can use it to analyze different product pricing strategies by creating scenarios with varying price points and associated costs. You can determine the optimal price for your products that maximize profitability while still remaining competitive in the market. Also, Scenario Manager can help you evaluate the financial impact of various investment options by creating scenarios with different interest rates, time horizons, and investment amounts. So you can assess the potential returns and risks associated with each option, allowing you to make more informed investment decisions. Also, you can simulate the effect of different marketing campaigns on sales using Scenario Manager. By creating scenarios with different marketing budgets, target audiences, and promotional strategies, you can analyze the potential impact on sales and identify the most effective marketing approach to achieve your desired goal. By exploring multiple scenarios, you can gain valuable insights into potential outcomes and make data-driven decisions. It's a powerful tool that empowers you to consider different possibilities and their financial implications. Well, I hope you found this lecture helpful in understanding how to use Scenario Manager in Excel. It's a versatile tool for what-if analysis, enabling you to explore different scenarios and their financial implications.